So in this section and over the next few videos, we're going to take a closer look at the kind of structure and framework of a really well put together and built golf swing. So let me kind of give you an overview as to why that's important and why you might want to invest some time really trying to get some of those connections of the swing right. So probably the best way to do that is to give you an idea as to what non-structure looks like. Loosely speaking, the golf swing is this turning motion of the body, isn't it? And a sort of positioning of the arms up here. So the body turns through 90 degrees and the hips a bit less than that. We're kind of all quite familiar with that look with the arm, the arms up here. And that kind of looks like a golf swing, doesn't it? But if we take a more detailed look, starting from the ground upwards, you can see there that, well, hold on, there's not much connection of the foot to the floor, which in turn means that I haven't really I haven't at all engaged the muscles in my leg and my glutes, so I'm not getting that kind of stretch and strength. I wouldn't have loaded the hip joint, and the kind of the list goes on. Without connection to the floor, everything else is a little bit sloppy. You can also see how the knees look a little bit sloppy, the arms are loose. I haven't actually turned my rib cage a great deal there. I really haven't kind of stretched the body in a way that is going to create power and also create a kind of sequential chain of movement in the downswing. So if I'm in that kind of unstructured position, as I apply force now, I'm not going to get the kind of push into the floor and the drive of the handle in the way that I want to. The whole downswing is going to be about just coordination really, and trying to put the club on the ball, just with hand and eye coordination. Whereas in a really structured movement, the whole thing looks a lot different. So I'd be rotating my body, I would have the connections through the floor, and in doing so there's a real kind of tightness up through my leg, the pelvis sits in the right position, there's the right kind of stretch, and from here now as I apply force you can see that there's a real kind of chain of movement dragging the club into the right position. Now learning that initial structure takes time. It's a whole lot easier just to kind of move in a really kind of floppy way, but it does mean that the swing eventually becomes a lot simpler. It becomes simpler because once you build a really solid backswing and then you apply force in the right way, we do get this kind of transfer of energy through the body, through the kind of key connections in the swing, without so many kind of variable kind of independent movements, if you like. So throughout this series, we're going to be looking at the connection to the floor, the workings of the pelvis, the rib cage, and how we really kind of structure the arms so that we create that real kind of solid framework in which we can move around. If you've enjoyed this video, then please click subscribe and I'll keep you up to date with more coaching information. And if you really want to take your game to the next level, then please visit my website, golfcoach.online, where you'll see there my subscription channel, which is Golf Coach Access, which is all about building a golf coaching and education community and having really structured long-term programs. And the best thing is you can get immediate free access.